First, the court's going to call Benjamin David Elliot. Mr. Elliot is charged with the first-degree felony of murder. I do find that there is sufficient probable cause for his case to go forward. His case is going to go, he is not present because he is MHU. His case is going to be assigned to the 182nd District Court. That is Judge Danny Lacayo. Ms. Crodeville, did y'all have a chance to talk to Mr. Elliott?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Canada, what is the state's request on bond, please, for Mr. Benjamin Elliott?
Your Honor, the state filed a motion requesting a $100,000 bond against a pretrial release based on the facts. In support of the motion, do you mind if I read a few of the facts of the case?
Bond argument, go right ahead.
The offense date is September 29th, 2021. Officers were dispatched to a specific location in Harris County where they encountered the complainant, who was unresponsive, suffering wounds to the neck consistent with those being caused by a sharp object, such as a knife. EMS responded to the scene, pronounced the complainant deceased at 5:12 a.m. Officers met with the defendant, conducted a custodial interview. The defendant stated that between 2:30 a.m. and 3 a.m. he woke up in the complainant's bedroom, his twin sister, with a knife inserted in her neck. The defendant stated after realizing he was not dreaming, he removed the knife, placed it next to the complainant, turned on the light to the bedroom, applied pressure to the wound with a pillow. The defendant stated 5 to 10 seconds later, he ran into his bedroom, grabbed his cell phone, contacted 911. The defendant stated he was given instructions to perform CPR and complied. The defendant stated it was not until he was instructed by the dispatcher that he made his parents aware of the incident. The defendant stated he does not suffer any sleep irregularities. He did not consume any narcotics, alcohol, or prescribed medication that would affect his sleep pattern. The officer reviewed the 911 audio recording made by the defendant, learned the defendant identified himself when he contacted 911 at 4:11 a.m., whispering, stating he had killed his sister by stabbing her in the neck. The defendant stated he believed that he was asleep when the stabbing occurred. The defendant stated after he realized he had stabbed the complainant, he grabbed the cell phone device that was located in his bedroom. 7 minutes into the 911 phone call, the defendant calls out to his parents, who are heard yelling and crying in the background. Officers obtained a search warrant for the location, observed 2 wounds to the complainant's neck consistent with those caused by a sharp object. The officer was unable to obtain a verbal statement from the witnesses on scene, who had already sought legal counsel before this officer's arrival, and that's going to be the defendant's parents. The state is against a pretrial release based on the facts. In this case, the state filed a motion, no contact with the witnesses, no weapons, alcohol, drugs, GPS curfew, house arrest, and for the defendant to surrender his passport and any travel documents, restrict his travel to Harris County. The state is also against a pretrial release under Executive Order GA-13, current physical violence.
All right, very well. Thank you, Ms. Canada. Ms. Crodeville.
Yes, Your Honor. Yesterday, our office spoke to Mr. Elliott and his hired counsel. Since his counsel is unable to be here today, we've been given permission to represent him, and we're specifically asking for a $50,000 bond at this time.
All right. The state has requested a $100,000 bond in their motion. I will set bond for Mr. Elliott in this case in the amount of $100,000. I'm also going to issue a bond supervision order that should Mr. Elliott make this bond, first of all, he may not use, possess, or consume any illegal drugs or alcohol. He will be tested. He may not use or possess any firearms or other weapons. I will order GPS monitoring within 1 day of his release, as well as a 24-hour curfew between the hours of 6 p.m. and 6:01 p.m. Excuse me, that's backwards. 6:01 p.m. until 6 p.m., 7 days per week. In addition, he must surrender a passport to the court and must remain within Harris or surrounding counties unless he is granted permission to leave the county by Judge Lacayo in the 182nd. All right, very well. Thank you, counselors. Rashandria Harris.